Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day today. I should be wearing a green hat, not a red one. Anyway, I've just been listening to the radio and listening to Sinead O'Connor, sadly passed, and yes, and Van Morrison last night. So it was all about Irish musicians, which I love. Anyway, let's get back to my art. What I showed you yesterday was this sketchbook. What I want to show you next is, because what I do is I use up my sketches in my paintings, or just keep them as a sketch in the sketchbook and work more on to that. But today I thought I'd go into a piece of card that I often do this. If I've got a palette with paint on left, I just scrumble it. Scrumbling is rubbing it in a circular movement onto the canvas, onto the card. This is, I think this is what they call Bristol board, I think. I'm not sure. I can't find the actual pad. Anyway, so this is nice thick paper. So I did that with some acrylic paint that I had left over. What I want to do now is to work back into it using this sketch with a little pond at the bottom, with these subdued pale pastel-y colours. Let's give it a go. What I want to use is, I've got some lovely, I've just got a couple of tins out. So one's my Cavendish, the other's this Derwent Art Bar set, which is these oily pastels, and they're quite nice. They're in like a pyramid shape, if you can see that. I quite like them. There's one that's broken. Let's just break it off. Let's put it back in the tin. So I'm going to use those two now and see if I can get anything going on here. Excuse me a minute, I've just dropped the sketch. So as I say, the sketch is very abstract, but because I know the land with the pond, I know it very well. You know, it's somewhere I go a lot. It's my little bit of land, and I go down there a lot and sketch this, so I know it very well. I can use that somehow on this. Let's have a go and see what happens. Just move the camera over a little bit. So first of all, what I'm going to just establish more is the actual pond, which is here. I hope you can see this. It's down here anyway, the pond. That's the pond bit. Just put it in a bit more. Actually, I think this paper is like a canvas paper, thinking about it, because it's got a nice texture there, look. You can see the texture now, it's coming out more. What I like to do is to push pastels, push them into the surface, giving it a slightly blurred look and very mucky fingers. Let's just rub that in. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm having fun anyway. Let's put a bit, not that green, that's too bright. This green is, let me see what colour it is. Doesn't actually say, it should do somewhere. Malachite green, which is quite a bluey green, as you can see. I like these bluey green colours. So I'm just going to work that in while I've got that out. Rub some of that in up there as well. Behind the light bushes there, to bring them forward and to push that back. That's what I hope will happen. Although it won't look anything like this, it's the idea of it that I'm working from. It doesn't have to look anything like that. It can look so different, which it is. I made a mark earlier just to show the different levels of the bushes there, and I hope you can see that. And the background, of course, can fade away with a little bit of mauve, I think, down there. Show more here. Takes it back a little bit. Can you see that? It's starting to go back into the distance, which is what I intended. I love working with pastels. I think it's about pushing it into the canvas or paper, whatever you're working on. It's hands-on, which I love. I really like that effect I've got now. Hope it's showing up on the camera. This lovely mauve in the distance, so it's really pushed that way back. And to bring things forward, of course, you can use a little bit of, I could use a little bit of pink, for instance. That colour is, actually, though I call it pink, it is classed as purple, but to me that's purple. That's purple. Yes, that's pink. So yes, okay, it's leaning towards more purple than pink, so we'll call it purple. If I use that down here, really enjoying this actually. Rub it in a bit, and here it brings the foreground so much closer to us. So it's always purples, blues in the distance, pinks, purples, reds in the foreground. So if I just look, and actually that matches that, even though it takes it back. I like the fact that it's a similar value in colour, I think. Also, I like the fact that I've got texture under this, because I just literally plastered on the paint before it was dry, just to use the paint up so it wasn't just wasted on the palette. And I like the fact it's got this lovely texture that's showing through now. It's really working well there. See if we can do a bit more down here. So this purple is going on this bluey green colour that I used just now, and the two colours together, quite zingy. I like that zinginess there. The texture underneath as well, I love. It's really nice. Using the side actually, rather than the point, which would give it more of a straighter line. I'm using that. Let's put it there against that lovely light colour I put in. Oh yeah, look at that, it's gorgeous. I really like those colours. Something nice is happening now, and all the colours are like blending in with each other. Put a tiny touch of that down there, around the pond area. I could put some grasses in a minute, actually. Let's have a go. Look at that lovely colour. That's light olive. I think that will go well with the colours I've got here. Let's have a go and see what happens. Wow, look at that. It's amazing. Yes, I love that. Let's put a little bit more olivey green in it as well. I'm going to put a few dots and dashes to make it look a little bit more natural. Not a Norton cross. Well, it's almost like a Norton cross. Hope you can see what's going on here. I might put a little bit at the back here as well, just to continue some of those lines. A little bit over here. A little bit of that as well. Can go across there. It's taking shape. Let's see what else we've got in here. This is a lovely colour. This is raw umber. That takes a little bit of that back as well. We'll do it like that. Dots and dashes. There's no real straight lines in nature, even though I've shot them off like straight lines. Let's bring it around again and bring it back again. A few dots and dashes, just to suggest some foliage or something. Because it's Sunday, I shouldn't really be painting because I'm going out to lunch in a minute. I just thought I'd just quickly do this because it's on my mind to do. When you've got an idea, it's best to just crack on with it. I've left all my domestics behind. I can do them later, whereas I can't do this later. So I'm just doing it now. So let's have a go with these. So that's my Carandash, which I love. It's my new set. I've got an old set, the neon colours further down over there, but I'm using these just now. Let's use these colours. So I think these colours here are going to work very well with what I've already got, which is, let's have a look, Payne's Grey. I love Payne's Grey. Just going to do a few little dots and dashes just to see how it works first. Painting's like a jigsaw. If you use one colour one place, it's always best to take it somewhere else in your painting so it reads nicely. By that I mean your eye, when you're looking at a painting, can go from one side to the other if you've got dots and dashes of different colours that you've used. Here in the foreground, you really need just a little bit, not a lot, just here and there, just so as it reads well as a picture. This one, let me see, what's this colour? Actually, they just say it's Coca. No, not Coca-Cola. Coca. That's an unusual. I've never come across a colour named that before. Let me know if you have. Cocoa. Chocolate, I suppose. Chocolate colour. get it. It is a bit chocolatey. Let's just smudge some of this in a bit more. So it's a little bit abstracty. Put some of that down there in the pond. Make it look like it's moving water, if I dare say so. Let's try some of that white. See what happens. Smooth it in. Yeah, I like that. Smudge it in a bit more. Over the colours I've already put in. Can you see that, how it's blending? It's really nice. Ties it together as well. Don't know about you, but I always get blodges and bits and pieces coming off the oil sticks. Look, see what I mean? But that can work for you as well. Not always, but seems to be fine there. I think I'm enjoying this too much, if I can say that, because I can't spend the morning on this today, unfortunately. And what I want to do is just maybe, there are lilies you see in that pond. Not at the moment because it's not the right time of year, but there are some lilies down there. Let me see if I can just put in a couple that just would look like a lily. No, actually that won't go over the top of it. Let's go back to this one. Just make a lily shape with touch. Oh, that's better. Give it a, don't know if that looks like a lily shape. Probably will if I gave it a green pad. Let's try that. Just want to rub that in first. So what I'm going to do is, because there's a lot of blue in there, I think I can just go in with some pure yellow. Hopefully I can get a nice, yes, look, it's going to work. Green pad looking colour. Yes, look, it's going to work. So if I do that, get a Monet effect going. Just do a few little round squiggles. And then, let's see if I can get it to look a bit more like a lily. Well, lily-ish. Is there such a word, a lily-ish? Make my own words up, I do. Okay, let's put some dots of blue. Oh, it's broken now. That's one thing I didn't expect them from these, is for them to be so crumbly, but I mean, actually that's not a bad thing. Don't know about you, but I'm not sure if this is lily-like or not. Let's go back with the okay. Go round like this. See if I can make it a little bit more like a lily flower on the surface. much. It probably looks quite a mess. I see these are blobbing. They're new to me, so I haven't really used these much before. So you're just finding out about things. I just do a little bit of a here and there. It might look more like a flower, I don't know. It's certainly not a Monet. Sorry, Monet. She was. Anyway, look, what I'm trying to do is just to suggest. Yeah, I don't know if I like these. They're very crumbly. But all those little blobs are quite nice to rub in like this. I wonder what would happen if I did it on there. Yeah, it's quite nice on there because that's underneath. This is gouache, so that works quite well on gouache. So I might do something in a minute with that, but let's try and get rid of these blobs. So it's just a quick sketch and something's happening there. Not quite sure what, but what I have discovered is just using up the palette from the day before has been quite creative for me. And I like these colours here. I think that's what I do like. I like these colours here, this middle passage. So it has got a foreground, middle ground and a distance, which is the key to a good painting. I'm not saying this is a good painting because it's not a good painting, but it could be a damn good painting if I worked a lot more on it, which I might. Quite like the sky. That's going nicely. Yes, I might leave that now, come back to it and see if I can make more of this down here. I'd like to make this pond and put some like lovely grasses that grow around the pond. I need to put some more down here. Anyway, that's a good start. And I hope you come back and watch the next video. If you'd like to be warned when my next video is, just please like and subscribe. It's totally free. And then we can see what happens next. Or at least I can show you if I have done anything more to it. I say that sometimes and then I work on something completely different and don't go back to it. But it's always there that I can go back to it. Anyway, have a lovely, lovely day, lovely weekend and lovely, happy St. Patrick's Day. And thank you for watching. Bye.